Right, let's get set now. Right, we're on to a new match day in the Barclays Premier League. These are Saturday's results and they're going to be extremely brief. Okay, got started with the early kick-off at Turf Moor, Burnley at home to Arsenal. Chambers was back for Arsenal and he'd been out for in excess of a year with an ACL injury, back at right back. Other than that, the sides looked very much as they were of the previous game, although Saka was back in for Arsenal. First half, Arsenal really dominant, and they got a breakthrough early on, 5 minutes, when the ball got put out to the left to Aubameyang. Parquet was involved in the build-up. And then Aubameyang cut inside, as he often does from that left wing position, and the defender backed off, which is absolutely diabolical, really. And his ferocious shot went inside Pope's near post. Pope could have done better, but it was such a strong effort, and it trickled into the back of the net, and that was 1-0 to the Arsenal. They totally dominated after that, and they had a number of half chances, but they couldn't actually capitalise on them. And Saka was guilty on more than one occasion, and Pepe looked good in the build-up, but final product not there. And eventually, 38 minutes, Burnley, who were growing into the game, they got a gift when there was a horrible piece of play by the defenders in Arsenal's box. Ended up with Xhaka pushing the ball back to Leno, and then Leno gave it him back, and he swished at it, and it hit the ball, hit wood, and ricocheted into the net for the equaliser, 1-1. The second half, to be perfectly honest, both sides lacked a killer instinct. There were a few half chances. Arsenal probably the better of it, although Leno had to make the odd save as well. But final score, the honours even, Burnley 1, Arsenal 1. Next up, we've got the Amex Brighton at home to Leicester. Leicester coming off a defeat. We're looking to bounce back. Lallana up front for Brighton. Connolly, slight injury. He was alongside Mope. And they got off to a pretty good start, and it was those two involved. Mope set up Lallana after some neat passing by the midfield, and Lallana, clinical finish, past Michael, 1-0 to Brighton. But then a lovely piece of play from Tielemans a little later, set up in Iniacho, and it was a great take by the striker, who was alongside Vardy. And the pass split open the defence, and Leicester were back level 1-1. Second half, and a corner. Sanchez made a bit of a meal of it with a poor punch, and it landed right on the head of Armata, whose connection went in the corner, and so Leicester went in front, and we got to full time. Slightly fortunate really for Leicester. I think a draw would have been a fair result, but they're now back up into second. Final score at the Amex, Brighton 1, Leicester 2. Next we have Bramwell Lane, Sheffield United at home to Southampton. We all know about Sheffield's plight, but Southampton have had a dreadful run really since the new year. Bogle was in for the Jagielka, suspended. Walker-Peters, Minamino back for Southampton, but they were without their talismanic striker, Danny Ings. Forsyth retained in goal ahead of McCarthy. Sheffield United, apart from the one change, looked very much as they always do. Teller was in for Ings, and he got brought down by Amadou on 32 minutes in the box, and Ward-Prowse converted, so Saints up 1-0. A few minutes into the second half, Adams connected with an awesome strike into the top corner after the ball came out to him just outside the box. That was 2-0. Minamino should have made it 3. Dismal performance once again from the Blades. Another defeat for them. So for Southampton relief, they actually got a win. Final score: Sheffield United 0, Southampton 2. Last match on this Saturday was the Midlands derby, the Birmingham derby really. Liverpool at home, Aston Villa at home to Wolves. Villa still without Grealish. Wolves 4 away with no losses. Good form then on the road. Jose was in for Espirito Santo's team. Villa were also without El Ghazi. Trezeguet up front with Traore. This was a pretty poor watch in the first half. First quarter, we did get 2 efforts that hit the bar. One from Watkins and then from Konsa. So Villa really should have been ahead at the break. Second half, Wolves better than Villa. And Neto had a vicious shot which Martinez managed to block. Cody had an opportunity to win the game, but he couldn't get past the keeper, who made a tremendous save late on. So we reached the final whistle, and a disappointing one really. Grealish-less Villa are not the same team as when he plays, and they really need him back quickly. Final score though: Aston Villa 0, Wolves 0.